Hey guys, it's Trims here, and today I'm going to be going over everything that you need to know about Astra on the map Fracture. We're going to be going over how to take a site, how to defend a site, where to put your smokes, and even how to play for post plant. So yeah, we're going to be going over a lot of stuff in this video, so let's get right to it. First, I want to talk about being in Astral form. So when you're in Astral form, you could place stars around the map, right? For every single star you put, there is an inner line and an outer line you could see right here. The outer line is the circumference of the suck, and then the inner line is for the stun. So right here, as you can see, I did put a star. You could even vaguely see the lines. You can see the outer line and the inner line. I'm gonna stand like right about here. This seems to be like where the cutoff is for the stun. When I stun, I don't get stunned. But same thing, you can see like I'm in between the lines. I'm inside the outer line right now. And when I suck, it sucks me in. So again, the outer line is for suck and the inner line is for stun. And when it comes to smoking, surprisingly, there is no line for the smoke. So right here, you can see I'm gonna place the star down. People think that the inner line is the line for the smoke, but that's actually not the case. It's actually a little bit off. I'm gonna try my best to ping the inner line here, like around here, right? A little bit close, like right here. And then I'm gonna smoke, and you can see that like the smoke is a little bit off, just a tiny bit. So when you do smoke like a corner, just know like the smoke is gonna be a little bit under the inner line. So right there, you can see it's a little bit under. The inner line was around here, and the smoke deploys like around here. So it's a little bit under. Again, I'll show you guys. You could see the outer line, and then when I smoke, you'll see it's like a little bit off, like right here. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to placing stars in Astral form. Now I'm going to be showing you guys where to place smokes when taking a site for both the sites. So let's say you're about to take a site from this position right here. Sometimes I do this before the round or even after the round. It depends. Like sometimes I usually run up with my team and like I start placing my stars like from here. But for this angle right here, sometimes a jet or a Reyna pushes up to like possibly get a pick, right? And what you want to do like before the round, you want to get to Astral form and place a star. So just in case as you and your team goes up and you see a Reyna or a jet, you could suck them. And that just like allows them to not really like play into this position too much. The same applies for the other site. So let's say I'm here and I'm about to take a site. I could put a star like right here. So as soon as I check this corner, like sometimes people get an early pick here. But if there's no one here or if there's someone here, you could suck them. And like they'll know to like back off pretty much, so you could take this space. You could actually do that in a lot of different maps. But yeah, for a site, to take a site, what you want to smoke is this place right here, which is canteen, and then you want to smoke like this generator. So like I usually put a smoke right here, and sometimes I even put a star around the site. So sometimes I could put a star here or maybe even back here. Like not all of them, at least one of them. So as you're taking the site, you could both smoke like the canteen along with like spawn, and then as you're entering site, you could like if there's someone here, you could stun them or even like suck this right here. Sometimes like we have this place for free, right? So then what I do is like I suck this place right here. So like if there's someone in this corner or like even here, you know, they back off, and like you could pretty much take the space. And then once the suck is done, you could like, you know, clear tower pretty much. Again, I don't put all three of the stars on the site. Like I usually put one star somewhere where I usually think someone's playing. So if someone plays behind this place right here for a long time, you know, I could put a star like around here to like, you know, maybe possibly like suck them off or like stun them as you're taking site. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I do want to emphasize when you do smoke for your team to like actually take your time to like put the smokes really well. Like you don't want to like have them like out like that. You want to have them like more in. For example, like right here, like sometimes you could put a smoke like this and then like they could get a smart pick from like, you know, holding this angle right here. So like take your time with your smokes. You never want to have like a bad smoke like this where they could come out, you know. You want to have like a smoke like this, so like, you know, they can't really get it. Okay, this may be a little bit of a bad smoke, but basically like make sure you provide good smokes for your team. Now for taking a site, usually what I do is obviously I put a star here, and if there's no one here, I usually take it back, or if there's someone here, I could suck, and then it notifies them to like, you know, go back. And then as you're clearing these positions, you know, you're clearing site, you're clearing this corner, there's two types of smokes you could do. You could smoke close just like this, you know, something like this is really good just to like enter and focus on site, you know, like make sure like site's free. Or you could even smoke like this where you smoke right here, and it's either right here or right here. It depends. Like it depends on the situation. Also, when you do smoke for your team, like whether it's this and this or like this and this, you can also put like a suck or something like in the site. Sometimes people play under. You could suck them from both under and up top. Like right here, I could suck them in here and stun them, or like, you know, like vulnerable them. Putting a star on site sometimes helps your team like take site a lot easier. So yeah, again, these two smokes right here or these two smokes right here, you could choose from either one of the two. These smokes, you kind of give them a lot of space, but like, you know, it just depends on the situation. Now the wall is really good for post plant for both sites. You know, they have to come to you from, you know, like drop and everything. If you have someone on drop, you could put like a Astral wall like that, Or, you know, what I usually do is put a wall just like this. Something like this is really good. I don't know if you guys watch pro players or not, but people usually like hug the wall like this and like they hold it from both ends. You know, that's something you could do with your team. Sometimes if you have a Sage, you could tell them to wall it off as well. So like, let's say I wall this, I would tell a Sage to like wall like right here or a little bit more up. So as soon as they enter sight, they're like greeted with like a Sage wall. And like that kind of like delays the plant even more, or the diffuse. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to taking the site. Again, if you're on the other side as well, you know, like just smoke for your team. Again, the best smokes are here, 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 and maybe even here or here. You know, like when you enter site, you want to clear the site obviously, and you could have all these smokes. Like just choose out of the two, either these two, or even like that one right there. But this one is for like if you're gonna like push through like ropes pretty much from this door. For the other side, the best smokes are this one right here, this one right here, sometimes even this one. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like when you take the site, you know, even from this place right here, you could even smoke here, you know, focus more on site. You could have this smoke up for your team if you're like going from this area right here. And of course, like clear the site, you could put a star on site and so on. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to smoking and taking a site. Now I'm going to be showing you guys how to defend. Now in general, when it comes to defending, you want to provide smokes and like block them off pretty much. So like a lot of the times people push up A main, a good smoke is like maybe right here, and you could follow it up with like a suck right here. So if they do push up, you know, obviously smoke. And then if they do push up, if a random flashes out, you know, stuff like that, you could like suck them pretty much. That's usually the setup when it comes to Astra. Again, for this site specifically, if you hear people or like your teammates see someone, you know, obviously you want to smoke for the team. And like you could even, sometimes you don't even have to smoke. Sometimes like you could hold an angle like this. If you see someone peek out, you could just suck, you know, potentially get a pick. Overall, the mindset is a bit different from other controllers because you do have abilities to like suck people and like, you know, stun them. Sometimes I have duelists in my team that want to get this early pick here, and sometimes I help them out by like, you know, like putting a suck somewhere here. So like when they do like take the site, or when they do see someone, I'm looking at the map while they do it. Like then you could like suck them pretty much. I like put a star down, and as soon as they see someone like around the star, I would like, you know, suck them pretty much. I forgot to show you guys a wall for this site, but like just try your best to do a wall. You know, a wall like this is really good. You know, like there's a bunch of good walls for this site. Again, obviously you do want to hug the wall from side to side, like, you know, like you could tell your teammate to get to the other side. But keep in mind, when you do hold the wall, there could be like an enemy sky or a breach in the other team that could like quite possibly flash. So just be aware of it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry if this video is like all over the place. I'm pretty much like dumping a lot of info on you guys, but like hope you guys are understanding everything. Now when it comes to defending a site, sometimes you could have a duelist like peek here, and like I usually would help them out, but like I don't know where like in particular I would be, but in Astral form I'll put like a suck here, and when the duelist does peek or sees someone, I'm looking at the map when this happens. I could suck them right on time, you know. And obviously when they try to come into the site, you do want to have like smokes, like choke points. Like this smoke is really good, this smoke is really good. You could tie it up with like a suck over here, you know, same thing on the other side. Obviously you are limited to your util, so obviously like don't do this like in one site. You know, be smart with it. A lot of the times what I do is sometimes I camp here, and then when the door opens I like suck immediately. You know, they're not ready for like a Astral like suck to be here, you know, they don't see all this. So as soon as they're like they open the door, you know, they could get sucked by surprise, and I could like pretty much get an easy kill. So again, this is really good. You know, you want to like do this. Sometimes when retaking a site, I usually put a star like around here. Like I do hear someone like planting the bomb like right around here. I could suck them easily, and like it gets them like around here. When you do plant the bomb, like it's stationary, so if you suck at the right time, they could like plant like here mistakenly, you know what I mean? I actually have a clip of this. I'll show you guys right now.
Got to target as pulling them in. Spike planted.
Same with stuns as well. Like when you stun up top of like an elevation, you're also stunned at the bottom. So right here, you can see that I'm stunned even though the thing was up top. For this map, I don't recommend you play on the site. You want to play for your team, you know, play back. You know, like I usually hold like angles like, for example, like right here maybe, or like, you know, maybe right here. If they push too much, you know, I could smoke this, and then like I could get to safety and then retake the site with your team. This map isn't really defending heavy on the site, you know. That's like basically like you're good for 1 kill and 2 kill, and then you're gonna have to back off, but like there's nowhere to back off pretty much. So like you want to play like back, like from here or here, maybe even on site. Just play smart and use your brain. Like when I play B site, you can never catch me like playing like an angle like right here. Maybe if I'm like breach or something, but like as a controller, you know, you could play like an angle like this. If you see someone, you smoke it, and then you like come back, you know, you want to make sure there's no one here, and then like, you know, retake the site with your team. Again, I'm sorry if I like dumped a lot of information on you guys. I'm just trying my best to like show you guys like the mindset and what you have to do as like Astra. So we went over attacking a site, we went over defending a site. Now we're gonna go over how to play for post plant. So it doesn't really matter which site you're on. But when you're playing post plant, you do want to play like an off angle, like somewhere off the site. Like let's say you were planning here and you want to play like, you know, post plant. So this is a good angle to hold. Another good angle is right here. Let's say you're like on B site, you know, you could plant the bomb like back there. Sometimes what I do is I plant the bomb like around here, you know, like, you know, I could basically set them off. You basically don't want to play in sight when you're playing for post plant. If you're playing for your suck, that is. So I'm going back to B just to show you guys again. So let's say I plant the bomb like right over here, right? So I'm playing for post plant. I'm playing back here, you know, I'm playing for the bomb only. You know, be careful of people flanking. When it comes to stars, you want to put a star for sucking and then a star for stunning them. And sometimes what people do is they even put a third star just to like, you know, take back. Like that like usually I don't do this, but like there's people that actually like they do 3 things. So let's say someone's on the bomb, right? It's a 1v2 situation. Someone's on the bomb, you suck, right? You could even stun, and then sometimes you would take back like a star. So that way, like, you know, they're stunned, they don't know what's going on, and then like you could easily get them. But in general, like if you're playing for post plant, you have your wall, you know, put a good wall for your team, you know, a good wall like that, you know, you could hold it so like, you know, like you're just holding people off to like from entering sight. Now again, if you're playing for your suck, you want to put your suck in along with the stun. You could play either or, honestly. Like I'm just waiting for this wall to disappear. Like if someone's trying to defuse, you could suck, see if you could probably get a pick, and then afterwards you could use your stun, right? Now again, when you're playing for post plant, you can't like really do it alone with Astra. Maybe if you have like a Sova with ult or like a Killjoy with lineups, you know, a Brimstone with like a Molly lineup. When you're playing for post plant, it's better to play with like other agents that are also playing for, you know, for time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I went over how to take a site, I went over how to defend a site, I went over how to like play for post plant, you know, the good smokes for this map for both attacking and defending. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys do want me to go over something more in depth, by all means feel free to put it in the comment. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, feel free to like it. I also appreciate if you guys do sub to the channel. If you guys do want to see some Astra gameplay live, by all means feel free to check me out on my Twitch, twitch.tv/trimsfv. The link's in the description. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a good one, guys.